Here we are on the south side of Islay. We are just outside Lagavulin Distillery. You'll see it just behind me there. And what we have here is a bottle from Lagavulin. This is the Distillery Exclusive. We don't have any indication of age or vintage of distillation, but we do know it was bottled in 2018. It's bottled at cask strength of 53.5%. And what's quite interesting about this one is the casks they've used. It's a vatting of whiskey from two different casks. The first one, just standard American oak ex-bourbon barrels. One of them is what they've referred to as specially charred casks. The science of what charring casks is a little beyond me, but the general idea is that charring the cask will allow the spirit to have more access to the wood and therefore pick up more flavour from the cask itself. And generally, as you're doing that, the cask might start splitting, and that will give more surface area, more contact with the wood, more flavour. So when you're combining that with a heavily peated whiskey like Lagavulin, bottled at cask strength, we could be expecting something as wild as the wind that's around me right now. Can't wait to crack it open and find out. So, as I said, the two types of cask are the charred cask and the bourbon casks. We don't have an indication of age, but from colour, you'd assume it's quite young. You're getting a nice sort of a light gold colour coming through on this one. A little bit of a coppery hue. On the nose, yeah, I'd say it's a classic Lagavulin. It's like a rich peat smoke, but it's not too overpowering, it's not too intense. It's lovely stuff. It's got like a kind of coastal element to it. It's making me think of like sort of standing on a harbour and, you know, we just get all those nice smells, like a little bit of seaweed, a slight, you know, kind of fishiness, which sounds a bit odd, but trust me, it's there. On a sort of third attempt, there is like an underlying sort of citrus sweetness as well. I'll give it a try. Slanja. That's wonderful stuff. There's a kind of like a toffee kind of sweetness to it. It's like a quite chewy, which I don't often associate with the whiskey that's presumably quite young. The peatiness comes through. There's a slight salinity, a slight saltiness. It's making me think of like salt and vinegar crisps actually. It's again, very Moorish. Yeah, still a really nice toffee element to that. It's that combined with the peat smoke. They're just sort of sitting together in harmony, really. In the finish, it's just a nice sort of lingering smoke that sort of comes up just a little bit. So because of the strength of this one, it is bottled at natural cask strength. I've added just a little bit of water. I didn't find it too strong initially. You know, sometimes cask strength whiskies, you'll get that alcohol prickle. Didn't get much of that, but I still thought I'd add water and see what it's like. So that immediately softens it. The peat smoke's not entirely disappeared, but it's like very much in the background now. It's something very, very subtle now indeed. There's a kind of leathery note to it. Make me think of like old books, old libraries. Sometimes when you add water, the sweetness comes out even more. That sweetness that I detected initially is actually sort of subsided a little bit. It's got a bit more of a savoury note coming through now. Yeah, the toffee's definitely disappeared. Maybe a little bit like smoky bacon, that's maybe what's making me think about. The smokiness is still there, but the sweetness is gone. It's really nice. If you're a fan of Islay whiskey, you'll be familiar with Lagavulin. But if you are, definitely worth checking out this, the Distillery Exclusive. It's stunning. There's only 6,000 bottles, so it's fairly limited, but you still do have your chance to pick up a bottle. And if you do, I'd recommend opening it. It's stunning. Enjoy.